Hi, welcome back again to mathematical YouTube channel Maths Insights. We are going to discuss another important topic today, that is matrix. In this topic, we are going to discuss what is the history of matrices, what is meant by a matrix, and how many different types of matrices are there. First, I will explain what is the use of matrix. This is the definition of matrix. Actually, matrix is an arrangement of numbers. If you take m by n or m into n elements, and those will be arranged in rectangular arrays in horizontal rows and horizontal columns, then that arrangement is called a matrix. Very simple. If m into n elements, they may be real or complex or arranged in rectangular arrays in horizontal rows and vertical columns, is called a matrix. Since I am taking m into n elements, then this matrix is said to be of order m by n. Actually, this should not be read as m into n, that is read as m by n. Since I am taking m into n, its order is m by n. By taking m into n elements, I am arranging them in m horizontal rows. You know, this line is called horizontal and this line is called vertical. I am arranging these m into n elements in m horizontal rows and n vertical columns. Then that matrix is said to be of order m by n. This will become very clear if you take an example. Suppose I am taking 4 numbers, let them 1, 2, 3, 4. By taking these 4 elements, I want to make a matrix. Right, my dear students? It's very clear. Now, how many elements are there? 4 elements are there. Therefore, 4 can be written as 1 into 4 or 4 into 1 or 2 into 2. These are the orders of the matrix. See how many. The first one is called the number of rows and the second one is called number of columns. This number indicates the horizontal arrangement. This number indicates the vertical arrangement. See how many rows are there? 1 row, 4 columns, 4 rows, 1 column, 2 rows and 2 columns. If you multiply these 3, you will get 4 again, which is total number of in the matrix. The question is how to arrange these 4 elements. First, if you take this order 1 by 4, the order is read as 1 by 4, not 1 into 4. Okay, 1 row means I will write these elements like this, only 1 row, and 4 columns. This is row and this is column. First column, second column, third column and fourth column. If you come to the second order, it indicates that there are 4 rows in the arrangement and 1 column. So you have to arrange 4 rows, means horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first row, second row, third row, fourth row. Coming to the third arrangement, I am going to arrange the 4 elements in 2 rows and 2 columns. So you may write 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one arrangement. See how many rows? First row, second row, first column, second column. In this way, you can arrange the given 4 elements. Now, you have to enclose these elements in particular symbols to make it a matrix. So, if you enclose the elements in a square bracket or small bracket or double modulus, then that will become a matrix. These are the symbols used to enclose, to arrange the given matrix to form a matrix. See, square, small, double, modulus. Generally we will use this square bracket to represent the elements. Whatever the elements I arranged, I will enclose these with the square bracket, and this is also square bracket. Okay, this is also a square bracket. Then that will be a matrix. Now we have to write the order. Is it or not? Order means how many rows are there and how many columns are there. Coming to this arrangement, how many rows? Actually 2 rows. So you have to write down the right side of the matrix. Okay, 2 rows by 2 columns. This is called the order of the matrix. Very important. And coming to this, how many rows? You arrange these 4 elements in 1 row and 4 columns. So row number should come first. Keep in your mind. Then column number. This is a matrix of order 1 by 4. Coming to this, how many rows are there? There are 4 rows. Is it or not? So 4 by 1 column. This is the arrangement. This is the representation of a matrix. Now question is, how the matrices are named? Generally matrices are named by using a capital letter. It may be A, B, C, D or X, Y, Z, L, M, N, O. Whatever the letters you are going to use, those should be capital letters. Now I am naming this matrix with A, B, C, D, whatever. Now whatever the elements you have written in the matrix are called entries or elements, numbers. Elements or entries of the matrix. So generally all the elements, like representing, like naming the matrix with the capital letters, we will represent all the elements with a small a or small b, small c, whatever it may be, and we will write ij, where I is the row number, j is the column number. This is representation of element. This is representation of a matrix. Now if you enclose this in a square bracket as you written previously, then that will become a matrix in compact form. You know very well what is compact. Compact means reducing its size. Compactors you may come across. Reducing size. Instead of writing all the elements of a matrix, we will write a single name for every element, and we will write its row number and column number. After writing like this, you have to write the order of the matrix here. Here A is equals to, I am representing A is equals to Aij with order m by n. I will write this matrix clearly and I will expand it, then it will become clear to you. Now I have taken a matrix A which is written in compact form Aij with m rows and n columns. I will expand it. How it will be? A is equals to, I am writing the element of first row, first column. This element is in the first row and first column also. Next, first row, second column. First row, second column. Okay. First row, third column, and so on. First row, nth column. See how many columns are there? There are n columns. So we have to expand up to n columns. Now I will write second row, first column. Okay. Second row, second column. Second row, third column, and so on. Second row, nth column. Right. Third row, first column. Third row, second column. Third row, third column, and so on. Third row, nth column. If you goes on writing the number of rows, you have to write up to mth column. Why? Because they have given the order of the matrix as m by n, means there are m rows and n columns, right? So mth row, first column. Okay. Mth row, second column. Mth row, third column, and so on. Mth row, nth column. So this is and so on. This is also and so on. This is also and so on. So I have written every element of the matrix A. Then I will enclose these with square brackets. Then it will become a matrix of order m by n, since it is containing m rows and n columns. Now you may face a problem how to construct a matrix by taking the condition given. See, they will give you a condition. They have given a matrix called B where, okay, that is Bij 2 by 2. Bij is 2 by 2. See, the matrix is representing the capital letter and the elements of the matrix with small bij. They are giving the condition that such that Bij is equals to I plus j. They are giving the condition that every element, if you take Bij, then the element value is I plus j. Construct, they are asking. They are asking construct. Okay. Now I am constructing. What is the order of the matrix? 2 by 2. I will assume 4 elements. Okay. The first row, first column, first row, second column, second row, first column, second row, second column. This is order of 2 by 2. If you find the values of A11, A12, A21, A22, then you can write the values instead of these symbols, right? First I will find A11. What is the condition? See, since it is a matrix B, I am writing B, B, B everywhere, okay? So now B11 is equals to B11, Bij is given I plus j. Therefore, I value is 1, j value is also 1. I means row number, first row, first column. Then you have to add I plus j, 1 plus 1, that is equals to 2. Therefore, B11 value is 2. Similarly, B12 means 1 plus 2, that is equals to 3. Next, B21. This element is in the second row, first column. So, 2 plus 1, that is equals to 3. B22, that is equals to 2 plus 2, that is 4. You calculated every value as per the given condition. If you write all these values in the place of these symbols, then that is the matrix B, right? Therefore, B is equals to 2, 3, right? 3, 4 of order 2 by 2. This is the way how to construct any matrix with the given condition. Now we will learn what are the types of matrices. Basically, we will start with the first definition, that is a row matrix or a row vector. See, if you take any matrix in which if the number of rows are 1, only one row, then that is said to be a row matrix or row vector. Why? Because if you write horizontally, it shows the direction on one way. That's why you are naming it as row vector also. For example, I am taking compact form. Let A is equals to Aij, whose order is m by n. You know this is a compact form. In this, if m is equals to 1, m represents the number of rows. What I am saying, if m is 1 means it contains only one row. See, we don't have the bothering on number of columns. Whatever the number of columns may be, that is not a matter here. For example, I will take A is equals to A, B, C, D. This is one row and different columns. Whatever the number of columns, you should not place comma between the elements of the matrix. This is very important. You should not put any comma or full stop, whatever it may be. Matrix will not represent any value. It is just arrangement. Keep in your mind. Coming to column matrix or column vector. Similarly, whatever you learned as row matrix, column matrix is a matrix in which it has only one column. If there is only one column and whatever the number of rows, that is said to be a column matrix. For example, I am taking B is equals to Bij, whose order is m by n here. This n will represent the number of columns. As per the definition, if the number of rows are equals to 1, that means if n is equals to 1, then B is called the column matrix or column vector. For example, if you take B is equals to 1, 2, 3. What is the order of this actually? How many columns? Only one column, 3 rows. So 3 rows, 1 column. This is the order. In this case, how many rows? 1 row and 4 columns. This is the order of the matrix. If you multiply the number of rows with the number of columns, you will get total number of elements in the matrix. Coming to the square matrix, very important. If in any matrix, the number of rows are equals to number of columns, then that matrix is said to be a square matrix. This is nothing but you may have seen square in algebra. You may have seen in geometry. In geometry, you have square. Like that, here also, the length and breadth of the square is equal. Similarly, number of rows and number of columns are equal. Then that is said to be a square matrix. Suppose if I take a matrix Cij whose order is m by n, if m is equals to n, that means number of rows is equals to number of columns, then this matrix C is said to be a square matrix. Very simple. I am taking C 1, 2, 3, 4. How many rows are there? There are 2 rows, okay, and 2 columns. Number of rows are equals to number of columns. That's why the matrix C is said to be a square matrix. Coming to rectangular matrix, you can guess what it is. Definitely in geometry, rectangle means its length and breadth is not equal. Similarly here, the number of rows are not equal to number of columns. Whatever the number of rows and columns, that is not a matter here, but rows and columns should not be equal. Let I am taking a matrix D. Let this Dij m by n. M number of rows are there, n number of columns. If m is not equals to n, then D is said to be a rectangular matrix. Now I am taking, see, this may be an example for rectangular matrix. Since rows and columns are not equal, this is also an example for a rectangular matrix. Here also rows and columns are different, but you may write different example also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enclose this within a square bracket. Now the order of this one is there are 2 rows and 3 columns. Since number of rows are not equal to number of columns, then that is said to be a rectangular matrix. If you see the fifth one, diagonal elements. See what are meant by diagonal elements. Before defining the diagonal matrix, you have to know what is meant by diagonal elements. It's very simple. In any square matrix, keep in your mind, in any square matrix, since the number of rows are equals to number of columns, then that is said to be a square matrix. In any square matrix, if Aij, the elements Aij are called the elements of diagonal, since I am taking I is equals to j, I is equals to j, where it will become I is equals to j. If I will take an example, suppose A11, A12, A21, A22. See, I is equals to j means you are having here 1, 1, 2, 2. So this is called, these elements are called elements of the diagonal. That is called principal diagonal also. Okay, you may write 3 by 3 also. If you take A as 3 by 3, A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is a square matrix since its number of rows are equals to number of columns. Now my condition is diagonal elements or the elements Aij whose I is equals to j. Here in all these elements, your I is equals to j. 1 is equals to 1, 2 is equals to 3 is equals to 3. So in any square matrix it will happen, and the elements in this area are called the elements of principal diagonal. Now question is here, the next very important. What is meant by diagonal matrix? Diagonal matrix is a square matrix, very important. In diagonal matrix, that's why I have written m by m. You may write only one m instead of m by m. Why? Because if you are writing only one m means the number of rows means the number of columns are also m. That's why I am writing only m. So in this case, if aij is equals to a constant, a number, for I is equals to j, where it is I is equals to j, in this area you have a constant value, a number, but aij is equals to 0 for I is not equals to j. If you observe, here your I is not equals to j, here also I is not equals to j, I is not equals to j, I is not equals to j, here, in everywhere except this area, your I is not equals to j. Simple. Means you have to take some numbers except zeros, and then in these areas above and below the principal diagonal you have to take zeros. Example, I will take an example for a diagonal matrix. So I am starting 2 0 0 0 4 0 0 0 6. This is a square matrix of order 3. If you observe, the elements in this area, these elements are called principal diagonal elements where I is equals to j. This is a11, a22, a33. Except these elements, all the remaining elements should be 0. Then this is said to be a diagonal matrix. I am clearly writing aij is equals to constant for I is equals to j. For aij is 0 for I is not equals to j. I think it's very clear. Now we will go to the next one. Next definition is scalar matrix. This is very similar to diagonal matrix. In diagonal matrix, what you said, the elements in the principal diagonal are constant, but I didn't say whether they are equal or not equal. But if those elements are equal, then that is said to be a scalar matrix. Clearly, if A is equals to aij, whose order is m by m, means it's a square matrix. aij is equals to k, means I am clearly mentioning, that means the elements in the principal diagonal should be same, 2 2 2, 3 3 3, like that, and remaining elements should be 0. For example, if you take a 2 by 2, then this is 2 0 0 2. So these are the elements in the principal diagonal which are equals to 2. That means a particular same constant. If you take a 3 by 3, 3 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 3, then this is said to be a scalar matrix of order 3 by 3, since the elements in the principal diagonal are equal to 3 and the remaining elements are 0. This is also an example for diagonal matrix. Every scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix, but every diagonal matrix may or may not be a scalar matrix. Coming to the identity matrix, it's very important. It plays an important role in the theory of matrices. It is a square matrix. A is equals to aij, whose order is m by m, and if aij is equals to 1 for I is equals to j, when I am mentioning I is equals to j, I am referring the elements of the principal diagonal. Those elements should be 1 and remaining or 0. Then that type of matrix is said to be identity matrix. Particularly, there is a symbol for identity matrix, that is I. For example, if you take I2, since it is a square matrix, when I am writing I2 means there are 2 rows and 2 columns. Therefore 1 0 0 1. See, the elements in the principal diagonal are 1 and remaining are 0. When I am writing I3, that means 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is an identity matrix of order 3, since the elements in the principal diagonal are 1 and the remaining elements are zeros. I hope this video is helpful. If you like, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share it, like it. You will discuss more definitions in the next video. Until then, have a nice day. Thank you very much.